Howdy folks, welcome aboard the channel. I'm Don. We're in our 8th year and this is quite a journey we're on. And I've got a gift request from funRonni, who used to be funRonni. I don't even think I ever knew where the feather came from, but I certainly know where the fun came from. Right here. Actually, it came from you, Ronnie, because you're very fun. Loretta, Lynn, wouldn't it be great? And Ronnie made a gift to the channel for me to do this one because she is North America's #1 Loretta Lynn fan. You're moving in on worldwide. I just need a little bit more convincing, but not from you per se, but more perspective on my end. But anyway, Ronnie, I think Loretta may be your favorite artist. Am I right on that? And this is what Ronnie said. Loretta came to understand that her husband was an alcoholic and she carried the guilt of that for years. She felt her earnings made it possible for him to drink as much and as often as he did. This is the last song she wrote for her husband, containing her favorite lyrics as she stated in interviews, as well as her daughter confirming it after Loretta's death. This version was released on her 2018 album, Wouldn't It Be Great? The album was due to be released in 2017, but was delayed by her stroke. This is Loretta Lynn's voice at age 85, still writing and singing and keeping it real. All right, well, that was a good bit of information right there. So let's see. I don't know the song. It's a true reaction, so I'll share my thoughts on it. And as a philosopher and life coach and personality coach, I look, of course I can't help it, but I look and hear songs through the lens with a philosophical and sociological and psychological bent. That's just how I see things. So, all right, here we go. Age 85. Wow.
Wouldn't it be fun if you could say you love me just one time with a sober mind?
Ouch.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh,
Now,
shit. Man. Man. Imagine that. Holy crap. At age 85. I mean, that would be hard to hear, but way more understandable if she was 24 singing this to say her 25-year-old husband, and then he got his act straightened out. Man, sometimes words just blast you in the brain and heart. What a beginning. And the quivery voice, too, that older folks have.
wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't it be great if you could love me first and let the bottle wait? Now wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great?
How did she sing this?
Wouldn't it be great? Hey, hey, wouldn't that be great? Throw the old glass crutch away and watch it break. Wouldn't it be great? Hey, hey, wouldn't that be great? Lord, it's for our sake. Now wouldn't that be great?
Some upbeat music to show what it could be like if he gave it up.
In the name of love, what's a man so great be thinking of? In the name of love, what a man he was. Love went to waste when my sexy lace couldn't turn his face. The bottle took my place. Love went to waste. Wouldn't it be great? Hey, hey, wouldn't that be great? Throw the old glass crutch away and I watch it break. Wouldn't it be great? Hey, hey, wouldn't that be great? be good, and I know you could if you just would.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be good? Lord, I know you could. Wouldn't it be great? Hey, hey, wouldn't that be great? Throw the old glass crutch away and watch it break. Wouldn't it be great? Hey, hey, wouldn't that be great? Lord, it's for our sake. Now wouldn't that be great? Now wouldn't that be great?
Did he ever quit? It sure sounded like he never quit the bottle. Like was he an alcoholic his entire life? And her blaming herself, according to what you said, Ronnie, that's tough as well. And I know people would have told her, look, it was his choice. Lots of folks have money and don't become alcoholics. And in ways, the dynamic of life is so rich and so full. And just like you can always find a reason to be happy about something, you can always find a reason to blame yourself for something. And there's got to be a balance. Life isn't all lollipops and roses. And so you're out of balance if you're always walking around that way. But also, if you're blaming yourself for everything, you're out of balance there too. And, but that opening line, wouldn't it be great? Like if you could just love me or tell me you love me. But what she saw and lived was the bottle came first. And any addiction, anything in which we're out of balance, it could be just, all right, I'll just leave a love of football. Let's say you watch all day college football on Saturday, then all day professional football on Sunday. Well, you're out of balance on that one. If you're let's say you're married and say you have kids, but you're ignoring them or that comes first to you, you're out of balance. That's not right. That is an addictive behavior. And alcohol or cigarettes, they're the easy ones to point at and such, but anything which we're out of balance, we're placing the other one first. Maybe people like to play the games, the online games and all that. The hard part is making that initial change, or let's say you're out of shape and you're like, I know I got to get in shape. I got to run. I got to do yoga. I got to do this. I got to do something to get back in shape. And it's always that first yoga class, that first jog, that first bike ride. That's the hardest one. But then it gets easier because you know what's coming. It's sort of in your mind now, in your psyche to do that. And that's where when people, like an alcoholic, it is a physical addiction, but there are ways of weaning yourself off it. But I'll keep this restricted to like what it would have been like for Loretta to live. I think they had 6 kids, and that she stood by him through the tumultuous times. And, she might have, she felt like, according to what you'd written, Ronnie, she felt like she enabled his alcoholism. But yeah, was it a contributing factor that he had the ease in which to live that lifestyle? Sure. But there's nothing that says he wouldn't have done it anyway. There are lots of poor folks who are alcoholics. Some of them are poor because they're alcoholics. Others were alcoholics just that way. And so there's not a one-to-one correlation between having wealth and that. So the way she sang this, though, God, I mean, it's like when you hear Johnny Cash singing the song "Hurt." And, this is an old man. We know that it was only like a couple of weeks later he was dead. But you hear that the reflections of his life. And then you find out what we're living with. And I know for me, I mean, this is just the day I'm recording this and posting it, September 13th, 2 days after 9/11, 3 days after Charlie Kirk was shot for having different views, which is just scary in this country, regardless of what our views are, or anyone's views are, that, you know, so it's a very sad time in that regard. So I have a sort of sensitivity to now I'm listening to the pain she lived with. And then I just get reflective as a philosopher too about the human race. And that's what a lot of philosophy is contemplating what constitutes happiness and a good life. And if you have a social conscience, if you have compassion for others, you will undergo the self-sacrifice and give up things you might like, including the bottle, for the betterment of another person. You might give up your tendency to rage or be angry or whatever, or be lazy or whatever it might be for the betterment of a relationship. And anyway, I'm wrestling with whether I should rate this one, Ronnie, because it wasn't an homage to somebody. It was about somebody, but a lot of songs are about another person that I've rated. I think I'm treading on, not literal sacred space, but I'm not going to rate this one. There's just something too personal about it. So, but I mean, if I were to have rated it, it would have been a 10, but I didn't rate it. You didn't hear that from me. All right, guys, I'm going to leave that one be, man. I got to recover. All right, Ronnie, thank you for this gift and request. And you're still funRonni. You're always going to be that. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll see you on another video. Keep rocking the country.
Wouldn't it be fine if you could say you love me just one time?